and welcome to another edition of the Verde Valley Experience. I'm your host, Jennifer Cohen. Today's show is all about celebrations, celebrating wine, beer, music, art, history, and life in general. Lots of things to celebrate here in the Verde Valley, and our guests are here to prove that today. My first guest today is Eric Glomsky, owner of Page Springs Cellars, and he'll be here with us to tell us about the Tilted Earth Wine and Music Festival, which is coming June 21st as part of the Page Springs Cellars 10th anniversary. Woohoo! Go Page Springs. So that's really awesome. Gina Marie Byers will then let us in on the details of the 22nd annual Made in the Shade Beer Tasting Festival. Yeah, see, I told you it'd be all the good things to celebrate. And that's going to be up at Fort Tuttle in Flagstaff. That's going to be June 14th. And then we'll have Nikki Times, who will be expanding our consciousness around the Firefly Gathering, an intentionally designed movement that's to inspire positive growth. And that'll be happening in Flagstaff June 13th through the 15th. So that's a weekend-long thing. Really, really cool. You stick around so you can hear about that. Jay Kinsella from the Jerome Historical Society will visit with us and talk about the Jerome Mine Museum, all the great stuff that's up there, the history of Jerome, and something you definitely have to check out. And follow that, we'll visit with the Gold King Mine, which is also up in Jerome. We'll visit Don Robertson, who is surrounded by an unbelievable collection of historic artifacts and treasures. I drooled the whole time, you'll see. And we'll close out the show with the singer, songwriter, music producer, Safe. We'll be celebrating the power of music as a message and its ability to expand our consciousness. So we've got lots of great stuff going on in the show here, so make sure you stick with us. And my first guest today is Eric Glomsky. Eric, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah.
And Eric, you are the owner of Page Springs Cellars.
I am.
Thank you for producing such a great product, by the way. Wine is definitely one of my favorite things, and chocolate. So your next venue, go into chocolate.
I'll work on it.
And you will have my devotion for the rest of my life. Now, the Tilted Earth Wine and Music Festival, this is an inaugural event for you guys.
Yeah, it's actually, and time flies, it's our 10th anniversary at Page Springs.
That's great.
We started thinking about what to do to celebrate that. Every year we do a harvest festival in September, and we said, why don't we skip that this year and we'll do something kind of bigger and more grand, and it'll be the kickoff, i.e. inaugural, for a wine and music festival for our valley. So nice. Tilted Wine and Tilted Earth is that festival. But to go beyond that, we said it seems kind of selfish just to celebrate this for our own sakes, so we decided to also build it to be a benefit for the Cottonwood Teen Center. Oh,
and that's a very important project, the Cottonwood Teen Center.
So. Yeah.
For sure, yeah, that's great. Awesome. Where'd you come up with the name Tilted Earth? Where'd that come from?
Well, I'm actually wearing the shirt, and if you look, I don't know if you can see the sleeve. See how it says 23.5?
Yes.
So the reason we have seasons, spring, summer, fall, and winter, is because the Earth is tilted 23.5 degrees on its axis.
Right.
As it goes around the sun, that axial tilt kind of creates different direct amounts of sunlight hitting the Earth, and that's why we have seasons. So we decided to name it after that, because everything that we do certainly is based on seasonality. Oh, yeah. Really, if you think about it, if we didn't have seasons, we wouldn't have anything.
Right.
So that's it. We wanted it to be something unique and kind of different, catchy.
Wow, well, you did it. Congratulations.
Sometimes people call it Twisted Earth, and I go,
oh, no, that's a different festival.
It's happened a couple times already. I know, really.
Wow, well, that's great for you guys. Now, the doors open at noon and run all the way to midnight, but technically the hours are 1 to 11.
Right.
And admission will be $45 in advance, $50 the day of. Now, kids 12 and under are free, and all the kids' things you have going on. So exciting, the sumo suits and the inflatable jousts and the jolly jumps, and wow. Nice of you to think of the kids.
Yeah, well, I raised 4 of my own, so.
So you know.
Yeah, I just remembered something else that wasn't on the flyer. Number one, everybody buys a ticket gets 5 vouchers for tastes of wine.
Nice.
That equal a glass of wine. So as you come in, it'll give you an opportunity to try everybody's wines and then decide what you want to buy. Excuse me, allergies.
Yeah.
And also right now we're doing a promotion at Page Springs where if anybody buys a ticket, you get a free bottle of wine from Page Springs Cellars Tasting Room.
Wow.
So an added incentive. So
totally.
The tickets right now are $45, but with the free bottle of wine, they end up being in the kind of the high 20s, which is a great deal.
Yeah, absolutely worth it. And you have 16 local wineries that'll be joining in.
Yeah, pretty much everybody who's making wine in Arizona, growing or has a tasting room here. We wanted to invite everybody in the whole state, but there's that whole idea of dilution, and we thought we'd better grow the festival before we have 50 or 60 wineries there, because there's almost 100 wineries in the state now.
Wow.
And so we focused on Northern Arizona because we don't have a Northern Arizona Wine Festival.
Right.
And some of these people I know really well. They're great friends, people who started their wineries out of Page Springs Cellars. Some of them are new. I'm just excited that everybody's decided to come.
That's great.
And we also have these winemaker dinners the night before, too.
Right.
So the festival's on June 21st, which is summer solstice.
All
the
right.
night before, all around the valley, people should keep an eye out for wineries working with restaurants to create several course wine dinners. We're doing one at Harry's Hideaway for Page Springs. Arizona Stronghold's doing one with Crema. Burning Tree Cellars is doing one with the Schoolhouse. Sam Pillsbury, I think, is doing... what's the restaurant where Pinion Bistro used to be? Anyway, there's a bunch of them going on.
Great.
And yeah, we're really excited with the idea of this growing into a full weekend festival that we start doing every year.
Right, an annual event, yeah. And it's not just wine, too. You're going to have 7 different bands and 6 gourmet food trucks. Always food, got to have food.
Yeah, and back to the kids. Bounce rooms, Nerf joust. Have you ever seen those sumo
Yes, I
suits?
have. Those are a scream.
They're a riot to watch.
Can the adults do those too?
They can.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And actually Page Springs Cellars, we're about to become the first winery in the South, well, I should say Arizona, maybe the Southwest, to be solar.
Really?
And the company Harmon Solar that's doing that for us, and they're giving us a great deal because they want us to be kind of a demonstration site.
Sure.
They're going to be at the event too, talking about solar. So there's this other neat connection to the tilted Earth and
That's
the
true.
seasons. Yeah, so.
Wow, what a well-rounded event.
Yeah.
That's great. Geez. Well, if they want more information, but we've said it here, so if you were listening, pagespringscellars.com. You got all that stuff up there on a beautiful website, by the way, pagespringscellars.com, so you got to check that out. And it sounds like so much fun. June 21st at Riverfront Park, which is East Riverfront Road in Cottonwood, so keeping it local, which is nice. How do you set that up in that park?
You know, when you go in, if you're heading towards Dead Horse, there's the skate park on the right, and you keep going farther to the right. Over near the end, underneath the trees, there's actually a big field, kind of on the, I guess that would maybe be the east side of the volleyball courts. It's huge, so we're actually setting up the stage there, kind of facing northeast, so that the artists won't have the sun in their eyes.
Yeah.
And so we can get the wine garden underneath the big cottonwood trees over there.
Wow.
And then we've got all the normal parking there, as well as some of the big fields kind of over where the community garden is, and the kind of dog park. So we've got tons of parking as well. We're still looking for volunteers. So if anybody actually wants to help with parking, or just you'll get a free ticket pass to the festival.
Hey.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I should be careful. Next thing you know, the phones are ringing constantly.
What was that number again?
We are still looking for a few volunteers, and if people want to call Page Springs Cellars 639-3004 and let us know that we're that they're interested.
Right.
I think we're still looking for about 50 people.
Wow.
It's going to be we're almost 150 volunteers are going to be involved in this event.
Wow. That's amazing. Oh, well, gosh. Well, congratulations on having this wonderful event coming up, and congratulations on your 10 years.
Yeah, we're really proud to have done this here the last 10 years. We're really proud to be part of Cottonwood, too.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And thank you for being here on the show. I really appreciate it. Eric Glomsky, the owner of Page Springs Cellars. So don't go away, because we've got lots more of the Verde Valley Experience coming up.
Listen now, can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now, can you feel the sun? Whoa, 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 whoa. Can you feel the sun?
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great. I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
When the city lights fade, our lights get brighter. When your night needs life, ours comes alive. When you want to do something different, we say, come out and play. Come experience the new Mountain Springs Buffet. All you can eat starting at just $7.
Cliff Castle Casino Hotel, voted #1 casino in Arizona 15 years in a row.
Here in northern Arizona and throughout Yavapai County, people count on Orkin Pest Control. With over 100 years of combined experience, nobody knows how to protect your home or your business from harmful or annoying pests like the Orkin Man. To start service, contact your Northern Arizona Orkin Pest Control. In the Verde Valley, call 567-5100 or Orkin Pest Control in the Prescott area at 775-8772.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. Appreciate you joining me. Now I'm here with Gina Marie Myers. Thank you so much, Gina, for joining us. She is here to talk about the Made in the Shade Beer Tasting Festival, which is happening up in Flag June 14th at Fort Tuttle. Now, how can you go wrong? You got beer in the pines.
Right? And we're in the amphitheater this year, so we have real shade.
That's awesome. Yeah, you're not out in the field anymore.
Right,
you're moving to the big time.
Off the hot tarmac.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
good for you guys moving into the Pepsi Amphitheater for this. Well, I mean, it's the 22nd year.
Yep.
It's Northern Arizona's most popular craft beer tasting festival.
Yes,
I love that.
And the longest running beer festival in Northern Arizona, and so it's going to be a blast. And we have 85 breweries signed up.
Wow, 85 breweries. Now, do they each bring a certain number of selections?
It depends. Some of them bring just one, and they bring several kegs of just that one, and then there's several others that say, okay, we want to try some of our new lines or test lines of stuff, our summer kickoff of stuff.
Wow.
So it's a lot of fun.
So it could be almost 200 beers, most likely.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
How long is it? How long is the event?
It's only 1 to 5.
Oh my gosh.
24 drink tickets, but and we always tell people, because people will say, oh, I don't know if I'm going to get enough beer. We say, if you have any issue, come find us. We have yet to have anybody complain and say I am not happy.
Oh my gosh, I didn't get enough beer. There was almost 200 of them, and I couldn't get enough.
Yeah.
Well, that's a different story if you can't get enough.
Right.
But if you didn't get a chance, wow, that's super amazing. And where do all these breweries come from?
All over. We have a lot from the Southwest, a lot from Arizona, and then Southern California, Utah, Alaskan breweries coming, so they're going to be here, and we have Abita coming, and I believe they're from Louisiana, and so we have a good contingency of beer, and there's several from Colorado this year that are brand new that are coming, and several new ones from the Valley, Peoria area that are coming up, and so a lot of new breweries and then returning favorites as well.
Nice. We do have some great breweries around here, I have to say. I enjoy beer. See, I'm spilling it all out. I'm a wino, I drink beer. Yes, I like that kind of stuff. And it's so much fun to try all the different craft beers. So
absolutely.
This is what would a beer enthusiast be called? Do they have a special name?
Oh gosh, I knew that and I forgot.
Oh, it'll come back. There's a name for those people.
There is.
I'm not that bad. Now tell me, there's a pre-party concert.
There is. Friday night, Roger Klein and the Peacemakers are coming up, and the doors are at 6:30 and the show starts at 8. And the funnest part for me is that the volunteers of the festival will actually be able to get into the Roger Klein concert for free. So they have to sign up first, so that they can't just show up at the Roger Klein piece. But they're coming up, and they're going to have an awesome show, just kicking off after their Mexico tour this weekend. They have a big thing down in Mexico.
They'll be nice
weekend.
and tan. So that's good. Well, do you guys still need volunteers?
We do. We need volunteers.
So how would they get in touch with you if they wanted to be a volunteer?
They can go to our website, easybeer.com, or they can call us at 1775.
Great.
Area code of 928, of course.
Sure.
Northern Arizona. And they can sign up, and they get to pour beer and hang out in an awesome day of gorgeous Northern Arizona-ness.
Yeah, really, amongst the pines and at Fort Tuttle. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But, you know, something very interesting about this is it's not really just about beer, but your proceeds benefit a local reading and information service. It's very important for those who are blind or otherwise print disabled. Every dollar raised allows these people to stay connected with their community. Tell us a little bit about that program.
Well, Sun Sounds of Arizona is the only reading service in Arizona, and we read current print media, newspapers, journals, magazines, articles. We run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it's a service that we provide print disabled people for free. So they have to have a special receiver to listen to us, or they can listen to us online at sunsounds.org and or on smartphones. There's actually apps that you can download and listen to the programming for free that way as well.
Wow.
And we do, and all of our services are provided by volunteers. So we have across the statewide, we have about 500 volunteers that read newspapers and journals and magazines and books.
Wow. What an amazing organization.
Yeah, and it's really great. And we reach 49,000 people across the state.
Wow, just the state.
That's just statewide, and then
that's amazing.
Yeah, and so it's a wonderful service, and it's great to be able to participate in that, and the fact that we get to have a beer festival to support that is really a lot of fun.
Definitely. Wow. So for more information about the program over the air of the reading, it's sunsounds.org.
Yes,
that's
sunsounds.org, and you can actually there's a link in the broadcast info area that you can link on and listen to us live.
Wow, that's great. Cool. And back to beer.
Yay!
azbeer.com. That's the website for the Beer Fest, which is coming up June 14th at Fort Tuttle in Flagstaff from 1 to 5. Now, there's a variety of ticket options. I like that. That's really great. General admission is $40 to $45 in advance, $55 at the gate. And then the VIP. Now you got to tell me what the VIP. That's
VIP,
80 and 90.
Yeah.
But what's VIP?
VIP. They get a special area. They get in an hour early.
Ooh.
They have some special beers that aren't being poured out in the rest of the festival.
Wow.
And they get some free stuff. A fun T-shirt.
Nice.
And some fun activities that they're going to get to do. So
That's great.
And they get food.
Food.
Free food.
Oh, hey, there you go.
We'll have food available for the general admission people, but that one they'll have to purchase it. But the VIP will have special food for themselves.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, and then we have our one of our pub house sponsors is Blue Moon and Leinenkugels, so they're actually going to be pouring some special stuff for the VIP.
And I like your designated driver program too.
Yes.
There's a designated driver ticket. It's only $25. That's the VIP one. And then the general admission designated driver is only $15.
Right.
Now you must be 21 or older to attend.
And
rain
to
or shine, and to volunteer, sure. No children or animals, no exceptions. So sorry. Leave them home, get a babysitter. So come out for a super fun weekend and support the needed radio reading service in Flagstaff and the surrounding regions. Gina, thank you so much for joining us
Jen,
today.
thanks so much for having me in. Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
And we'll be right back.
Son, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
A single ember from a wildfire can travel over a mile. That ember can ignite and destroy your home or community. You can't control where that ember will land. Only what happens before it does. Visit fireadapted.org to learn how you can help protect your community from wildfires.
Here in northern Arizona and throughout Yavapai County, people count on Orkin Pest Control. With over 100 years of combined experience, nobody knows how to protect your home or your business from harmful or annoying pests like the Orkin Man. To start service, contact your Northern Arizona Orkin Pest Control. In the Verde Valley, call 567-5100 or Orkin Pest Control in the Prescott area at 775-8772.
When the city lights fade, our lights get brighter. When your night needs life, ours comes alive. When you want to do something different, we say, come out and play. Come experience the new Mountain Springs Buffet. All you can eat starting at just $7.
Cliff Castle Casino Hotel, voted #1 casino in Arizona 15 years in a row.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. I'm here now with Nikki Times, and she's going to tell us all about the Firefly Gathering, which is going to be happening up in Flagstaff, June 13th through the 15th at a place called the Soggy Bottom Ranch in Flagstaff. Now that sounds cool enough. But the Firefly Gathering is an amazing, amazing weekend-long event with music and camping and art and consciousness and community, and it just sounds so absolutely fabulous. I'm dying to go. Well, let's just ask Nikki. Nikki, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you
I
for
really
having me
appreciate
here.
you. And this amazing event that you guys are doing. Now, this is the 4th annual public event. You had a dry run first time, and you've had it 4 times in the public.
We did.
And it's just getting bigger each time, isn't it?
Absolutely. It is growing every year, and more families and more people coming from farther away. And last year we kind of had an international presence and got recognized internationally as a festival. So there's more people coming and knowing about us from all over. It's very exciting.
Right. I've been hearing about it for the past 2 years from this little person named Ruby.
Yes.
Who's been telling me all about it. She's about this high, and she talks about how wonderful Firefly is, and I had to look it up because I wanted to know what she was talking about. And the website is amazing, fireflygathering.com. Hundreds of performers, artists, musicians are involved in this consciousness expanding event, which is just outrageous.
It really is. It's totally a labor of love, too, born of a desire to create more opportunity to remember community and to create a space of healing for people while also celebrating and enjoying the outside and nature together.
Right. So we were going to break it down into the basics. It starts on Friday.
It does.
And it's camping.
It is. People can come early even and buy early passes to come camp the night before. It begins in the morning on Friday morning with workshops, higher consciousness workshops, and then music in the afternoons. There'll be music starting on 4 stages in the afternoons every day, and there'll be ceremony every night to bring the community together and create a conscious intention of where we're going as humans and together during the festival.
Sure. Yeah, the workshops are amazing. The higher learning workshops, there's also live art, there's performance art, there's movement and yoga classes, and there's something for the kids called Little Bugville.
There is. That's my little special spot. It's a child-centric area in the festival. There's climbing places for them and play spots, and there's also going to be workshops, crafting, guided drum circles. There's going to be a circus camp where kids can come and spend an hour learning to juggle and do circus things, and then have a show for their parents, and there'll be a parade every night, and I'm very excited.
That is awesome.
Yes.
How could that just sounds so great. I can't wait. There's all the things I like too, camping, kid stuff. I love that it's, as you say, community. The kids are involved in this. It's not just for adults. It's not just a musical weekend. It's a higher consciousness thing.
We really are very interested in involving the whole community, and that involves children. So they're our future, and so to hold a space for them while also being able to experience all the adult fun of a festival is really important to me and important to Firefly, and it definitely pays off. It's fun to see all the families and the children together, and then also have a space for adults to dance and party late into the night if they care to, and there's costumes and art and performance, and it's very fun.
That's really wonderful. How many attendees do you expect?
I think we're hoping for 2,500, 2,500.
Nice.
So.
That's a nice turnout. And then, so when you leave the weekend, you will have over 2,000 new friends, basically, and family members.
Yes, and hopefully be more in touch with yourself and more grounded with the earth, and also have had a very fun time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just in the visual experience alone, with the art and the performance art of all the beautiful dancing that will be going on and all the presentations. And then there's classes about using herbs and essential oils and music as a healing device. It's basically all about healing on every different level that you can find, it seems.
Absolutely.
It's a healing weekend.
Absolutely.
That's just great.
Well, we need that on our earth. So.
We always do. The more healing, the better. Check out the website, fireflygathering.com. It's beautifully listed. You can click on every single artist, every single musician, every performer. Of course, there's going to be food, obviously. It's a several-day thing, so there's going to be wonderful food that will be, and it's set up into different villages, which I love.
Yes.
That's a lot of fun.
A whole temple area, a whole space for yoga and movement workshops, a spot for relaxing if you just want to be on a couch. There's a spot for that. So, and a hammock village to relax, and and a spot that's for kids. So.
Oh, that's really great. Too fun. How many have you gone to? Have you gone to them all?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So you're founding member then?
I guess so.
Wow.
I guess so. Little Bugville has been my thing from the start. So with a lot of help from the community and so many wonderful parents that contribute. So
that is great. What's one of your favorite things that you've taken away from a Firefly gathering that you've attended?
Just how much amazingness can come out of people deciding they're going to do something and coming together and doing it, and no matter what the obstacles might be, and that we have enough resources if we pull together.
Right.
We may not, as an individual, have everything that we need to create this amazing world we'd like to see, but if we pull together and each one brings their best talents, then we create something that's simply stunning.
Wow, that was beautifully said. That was really beautifully said. Thank you so much for that. Gee, oh man, this is just so great. And it's in the Verde Valley, pretty much. It's in Flagstaff, but...
it's very close to the city.
It's
about 15 minutes from downtown Flagstaff.
That's right,
so
yeah. The Soggy Bottom, it's very nice of them. Thank you to the folks at the Soggy Bottom Ranch for putting out their special place. Now, you can buy different packages for different days. So if you just want to go one day, if you want to do the whole weekend, if you want the early pass, it's all segmented on the website as far as how involved you want to be, where you got to go and what you got to do. It's beautifully organized. Tell whomever the powers that be that they've done a great job on that. Very, very clear. Lots and lots of music, lots and lots of just blissful, heart-expanding celebration. I love that. I wrote that down.
Yes.
It's just so great. Nikki, thank you so much for joining me on the show. Thank you for telling us about the Firefly Gathering. I know it'll be new to a lot of folks.
My pleasure.
And I definitely hope to see you there. That'll be so much fun.
Likewise.
Yeah. So check them out, fireflygathering.com. It's happening June 13th through the 15th up in Flagstaff. And don't go away because we'll be right back.
Know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're going to be hanging out a little bit more.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. Our next guest is Jay Kinsella, who is the GM of the Jerome Historical Society. And he's with us to talk a little bit about the Jerome Mine Museum and all the good things that happen up there. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, you guys, I was reading up on you on your website, JeromeHistoricalSociety.com. That's a really great website. You got to check it out. But I was reading about you guys. Basically, you saved Jerome.
Yeah, we did.
You did.
The founding members of the Historical Society had a vision that at some point somebody was going to come to Jerome to see the history.
Yeah.
And at the time where the fire station is now up in Jerome, they had bulldozers lined up and they were going to level the town. And we actually, in our archives, we have a quote from one of the mining officials back in about 1952 and a half that said, within 2 years, weeds will be growing up on the streets of Jerome.
Oh, no.
And so getting back to it, the Historical Society founding members started acquiring property from the mining company. And for instance, the parks that the town of Jerome owns, all the parking lots and things like that, that was all owned by the society. It's been given to the town of Jerome. We retained, we have a total of 9 buildings on Main Street that we own and the surrounding area there, and lots of pieces of property and things like that. So
Sure. Wow. Well, thank you for having the foresight to know.
Wasn't me.
Well, thank you to the Jerome Historical Society for having the foresight to know that Jerome is one of the most special places we have here in Arizona. It's its own thing.
Yeah, and when you look at it, you know, the amount of people that come to our community every year, it usually is right around 1.4 million a year.
Wow.
And
Quite a
that's a
draw.
lot of people when you look at the last census that we had of 444 residents to the town. So we're outnumbered, but we're all about the history too.
Yeah.
So we got to share it.
Thank you.
Share it.
Thank you for sharing. And the museum is wonderful. If you haven't been to the Jerome Mine Museum, it's really awesome. You guys have done an excellent job of conserving and portraying what it's like.
Yeah, the museum itself was established the same time that the Jerome Historical Society was established in 1953. And since 1953, we've been on the same corner, 200 Main Street, 2 huge steel wheels in front of it. And in 2009, we actually shut the museum down for 30 days. And we removed a lot of the items that were in there, that were outdated items, and then we were able to bring in some displays and secure type displays, so we could bring out some really good, juicy stuff out of our archives and not have to worry about people walking off with it. So it was a major renovation that we did as far as bringing in everything. And I work there off and on, and I'm at the Mine Museum gift shop quite a bit, and people like the interpretive aspect of things. If you want to read everything that we have put up, you're going to spend about 2 hours in there. If you just want to kind of look at things, you can cruise through it in 15 minutes. So.
Sure. Wow, it's really amazing. Just the art of mining itself, and then of course the art of mining in Arizona, and then on a hillside.
Correct.
That moves an inch every year, I hear.
No.
No?
It used to. You know. I could sit there and lie to you and say, oh yes, we're on the move all the time. You know, the big slide actually happened in the early 30s, and what it was is it was an overshot, which means that they used a little bit too much explosives underneath.
Oh.
And during the mining aspect of things, I talked to the old miners that come back for Spook Weekend and things like that, and they said the town constantly vibrated, and that's what caused the slide. So. Not much is moving, really.
No?
Just traffic.
Just traffic, which is good.
Yeah.
That's good. Lots of people moving in and
moving.
out.
We like the days that the traffic is moving.
Yeah. Jerome is definitely one of my favorite places. I go there as often as I can.
Well, thank you.
And one of the things is you guys are helping bring about the Jerome Indie Film and Music Fest.
Yes, we actually partnered last year with a couple of individuals that used to live in Jerome. Now they live down in Tempe. And they had a grand idea of possibly doing an independent film festival and having it in Jerome. We partnered with them last year. The first year, you always have the bumps and bruises and the we should have type things. This year, it starts Friday, a week from today, and it is Friday, Saturday, and then the award ceremony is Sunday. They're utilizing Spook Hall, if you're familiar with Jerome. They're also utilizing the Bartlett area where the coin toss is on Main Street. We own that building also, so we'll get it all cleaned up for them, and that's where the registration is and where you get your tickets. And then the Jerome Fire Department and the town of Jerome have graciously allowed them to do some filming or showing of films up at the fire station. And then out to the Gold King Mine is going to be the night viewing. And then in the building, if you're familiar with the Kaleidoscope Shop and Nellie Bly, in the middle floor, they're actually going to be showing the independent film, independent but international films that have been put into place.
Wow.
So
what a great event.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We draw a different type of clientele and things like that, so it'll be another busy weekend.
Yeah, for sure. It's always a busy weekend in Jerome.
Oh yeah, always.
I'm always sending people out there, go see, have you been to Jerome? It's like the first thing I ask everybody, been to Jerome?
Yeah, well, we appreciate that.
Oh, sure. Any excuse, I have guests, we gotta go to Jerome. Yeah. Always in Jerome.
Well, we like that.
Yeah,
we like that a lot.
It's very cool. Lots of great history, and you guys have done a wonderful job at the Historical Society, I tell you. You guys are open 7 days a week, which is amazing.
Yes.
Are you run by volunteers?
No, we have paid staff that works the Mine Museum. Most of our operations that we have, the Mine Museum and gift store, the gift store is in the front. We open up at 9 in the morning, close at 6. We take a little bit of a break at some point when we don't have the influx of people, and staff goes out and has about a half-hour lunch, that type of thing. Most of all of our attractions that we have in Jerome, which is also, the Mine Museum, we have the New State Motor Company building, which is a free museum to the public that that is all kind of geared around the automotive industry in Jerome. A lot of people don't know it, but the building at the end of Main Street where the U.S. Post Office is was actually the first Chrysler dealership in the state of Arizona.
Wow.
So, and then recently, within the last couple of years, we worked out a lease agreement with United Verde Development. And the Audrey Headframe Park, which is right before you get to the Jerome State Historic Park on the right-hand side, it's the last wood headframe left in the state of Arizona.
Wow.
So we have an interpretive park there, and the cool thing about that park is my bosses, the board of directors, always likes thinking outside the box, and so what we did is we actually took one of the shafts, covered it up with industrial glass, lit it, so now you can stand on top of the glass, look down the shaft, and the shaft is 1,900 feet. So
wow.
If you look at it perspective-wise, it's 650 feet higher than the highest point of the Empire State Building when you're standing on the glass and you can look down. It's pretty cool.
I did not know that. I have to check that out.
It's fun.
Awesome.
It's fun.
That's
never
great,
a dull
Jay.
moment, you know.
Never a dull moment in Jerome.
Never.
That's for sure.
Never.
So the Jerome Mine Museum is open 7 days a week from 9 until 6. Admission is $2 for adults, $1 for senior, and children 12 and under are free. If you'd like to give them a call, it's 928-634-5477. You got to get up there and check them out at the Jerome Mine Museum. Jay, thank you so much.
Thank you for the invitation again.
The GM of the Jerome Historical Society. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for being here.
You bet.
Appreciate it.
Have a great
and
day.
We'll be right back with more Verde Valley Experience. Don't go away.
When the city lights fade, our lights get brighter. When your night needs life, ours comes alive. When you want to do something different, we say, come out and play. Come experience the new Mountain Springs Buffet. All you can eat starting at just $7.
Cliff Castle Casino Hotel, voted #1 casino in Arizona 15 years in a row.
Here in northern Arizona and throughout Yavapai County, people count on Orkin Pest Control. With over 100 years of combined experience, nobody knows how to protect your home or your business from harmful or annoying pests like the Orkin Man. To start service, contact your Northern Arizona Orkin Pest Control. In the Verde Valley, call 567-5100 or Orkin Pest Control in the Prescott area at 775-8772.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. Now I'm sitting here on the corner of what is to me heaven and my happy place. I am at the Gold King Mine in Jerome, and I'm sitting here with Don Robertson. How you doing, Don?
I'm doing just fine.
I am so pleased to be here. Thank you so much. And we're sitting in a fire truck, which is awesome. What type of fire truck are we sitting in?
This is an Oren fire truck. It used to belong to Yavapai. It's written on the side.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yavapai Fire District or something.
That's amazing.
And they decided it was too old to get rid of it. And then I recognized it as by the grill and the chassis as actually a Corvette truck. And Corvettes were built in Henderson, North Carolina, and that's one of the things I collect is Corvettes.
Yeah. And you are quite a collector. You've been collecting for 30 years.
Yeah, more than that, actually.
Probably, yeah. And you built your first car at what, 17?
Yep, I built my first race car at 17 and raced it on the dirt tracks around southeast Iowa. I built a 53 Hudson.
Wow, that's amazing. And right now you're racing that little yellow sporty of yours.
My 28 Studebaker Indy car that I built. I race it all over the Southwest, as far away as Belleville, Kansas. I took it last summer to the Belleville High Banked Half Mile Dirt Track Nationals.
Wow. That's great. You're very active. When you're not collecting, you're racing, and when you're not doing that, you're building, and when you're not doing that, you're a world famous actor.
Yeah, I used to chase wild women, but then I got married. I don't do that anymore.
Well, you got to give up something every now and then. You can only do so many things. And you've got quite a collection up here at the Gold King Mine. We're 4 miles above Jerome. It's absolutely gorgeous here. If you are even close to as big of a gearhead as I am, you are going to love this place. You've got to get up here and bring your cameras, and you're not shy, Don. Anyone who comes up
I've
here.
never been accused of being shy.
Definitely not.
I'll shake hands with anybody and get to know them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's part of the draw, coming up here and meeting one of the most interesting people in the Verde Valley for sure, Don Robinson. Now, you've got a huge collection. You say you've got like somewhere around 100 different vehicles here.
Yeah. Probably over 100 trucks.
Yeah, wow, that's pretty amazing. But your passion is Studebaker.
Absolutely, Studebakers. I'd rather push a Studebaker than drive anything else.
Yeah, wow, that's a great bumper sticker. I love that. Gosh, and then so you're also building, you've got like 4 projects going at one time.
Yeah, we got a sawmill. You can probably hear it in the background. We saw lumber with it every day. And we have 2 other sawmills that we use for certain bigger things and smaller things.
Yeah, I know. That's the amazing stuff you put out here. Just you can tell that you're a master builder, and then it's your passion, that and talking to people. And you got to admit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's truly an amazing place to come up and take a visit. And of course, if anyone has any questions, Don, you're very happy to talk to about it.
I'll give you the right answer, or I'll give you some BS.
Yeah, make it up if you don't know the answer. That's for sure. I use that one all the time. It gets me pretty far, especially in this show. Gosh, it is a gorgeous day out here, and rain or shine, you guys are here though.
We're open every day.
Every day.
Unless, if the snow's so deep you can't get here, we probably won't be open.
No?
That happens about once every 10 years.
Once every 10 years. Yep. There's definitely somebody for everybody up here. You've got 4-legged creatures as well as 4-wheeled creatures. You've got goats, and you've got Pedro Gonzalez.
Yeah.
One of my favorite creatures.
And we got a lot of Bantam chickens.
Chickens.
You don't even know how many we have right now.
Wow. Yeah.
We don't have a local coyote anymore, so our chicken population's grown.
That's good. It's good chicken dinner for sure. Do you find eggs in all your cars when you're working on their engines?
We find them in different places, yeah.
That's way too much fun. And so you kind of a self-taught, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I never went to school to learn any of the mechanic and stuff like this. If someone's smart enough to design something and build it and make it run, and there's something wrong with it, I can fix it.
Wow. That is truly amazing. And you've certainly got the room out here and quite a workshop. I think you've got 4 or 5 of every tool ever known to man.
Yeah, I collect tools too, new ones and old ones.
Very good, that's fine. What do you think is one of your prized possessions amongst just your trucks? We have to narrow it down.
Probably my Studebaker electric car, my 1902 Studebaker electric, serial number 3, the 3rd Studebaker ever built.
Wow, wow. And as far as you know, that's one of the only ones left in the world.
Yep.
which is amazing. And you still drive all these things, which is
We
you
drive
go to
a big
car
share of
shows.
them. Yeah, we drive a big share of them.
Yep, you use your beautiful truck over there that you've overhauled to haul everything around to different shows.
Yep, of course.
Yeah, that's great that you guys get out and about, and your wife enjoys it too, which is so much fun. It could kind of be a couple thing. That's very fun. I know it's kind of different with me and my husband. I love this stuff, and he likes things a little cleaner and shinier than I do. But I'm all about the rust, so this is one of my absolute favorite places to come hang out with you.
That's my favorite color, is rust.
Rust, yep, absolutely. I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. Rust is my favorite color. It's not a good color on me, but hey, I do like it. I've got one or two tools, and I've got a dream of building myself a car, so I'm like you, just a little bit farther behind.
And I can give you advice then when you're starting to build your car.
Excellent. That's incredibly valuable advice on how to build stuff. So
don't put a Ford in a Chevy. You got to go the other way. That's what everybody did.
Really? Okay, remember that. Don't put a Ford in a Chevy. You got to go the other way.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Lots and lots of great valuable advice here.
It's free.
It's free. Well, there you go.
I give advice for free.
Come up and talk to Don Robertson over here at the Gold King Mine up in Jerome. It's beautiful sightseeing up here, and of course, like I said, if you're a gearhead like me, it is the corner of heaven and your happy place. Don, I'm so glad that you came and let us join you today. It's just...
It's my pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can't thank you enough.
Thank you, Don.
And don't go away, because we've got some more stuff coming up for you on the Verde Valley Experience.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Let's switch to Energy Star light bulbs and stop burning through cash. Saving energy saves you money.
Here in northern Arizona and throughout Yavapai County, people count on Orkin Pest Control. With over 100 years of combined experience, nobody knows how to protect your home or your business from harmful or annoying pests like the Orkin Man. To start service, contact your Northern Arizona Orkin Pest Control. In the Verde Valley, call 567-5100 or Orkin Pest Control in the Prescott area at 775-8772.
When the city lights fade, our lights get brighter. When your night needs life, ours comes alive. When you want to do something different, we say, come out and play. Come experience the new Mountain Springs Buffet. All you can eat starting at just $7.
Cliff Castle Casino Hotel, voted #1 casino in Arizona 15 years in a row.
We need a claim number?
When I started taking care of Mom, I didn't realize the challenge of playing so many roles. But above all, I'm still her daughter.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving. We're here to help.
Looking at me, what can you feel behind what you see? Can you see through through what you see. 'Cause I'm so much more than me. And I am what lets me be. You tell me that you love me, it shakes the air. And I hear that you love me, but I already felt it in your stare. It's like crying for your long lost love, I'm already there. It's like trying to make sense of my hand running through your hair. Words, all they are words. And we've been praying for the sunrise, the world already turns. It's like trying to light a fire when it already burns. And I can see it up in your eyes as I feel your body yearns. So meet me in the space between the sounds. Meet me in the place called all around. Meet me in the never-ending homeward bound, where time turns inside out, and we'll find what this love is all about. Words, all they are words. And we've been trying to light a fire, it already burns. So meet me in the space between the sounds. Meet me in the place called all around. Meet me in the never-ending homeward bound, where time turns inside out, and find what this love is all about.
All right, that was lovely. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for sharing that with
My
us.
pleasure,
It
yeah.
was beautiful. Wow. All right, we're here with Saif, also known as Nathan Gangadine. Thank you so much, Nathan.
My pleasure. Thanks for
That's
having me.
just
It's fun.
beautiful. Your music has such a flow to it, and it's so soft and touching, you know. And really, it's funny you say that all they are is words. It's like, oh yes, but wow. I
Chris,
mean,
yeah.
yeah, it's very thoughtful. I noticed
Yeah,
your music, and of course, I've looked at your website, safemusic.com, and I checked that out. And you're an amazing person. Besides being an amazing musician, you're also a yoga instructor and an awakening life coach. So you got a lot going on, a lot of consciousness happening
Yes.
in you and around you, and
And they all blend together. They all feed each other, which is really
they
cool.
really, really do. And I know that you like to express joy and an awakening and promote consciousness with your music.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's been my passion since I started. Well, I was already playing music, but I got into my parents' old record collection. I found John Lennon, Imagine, and that touched me so deeply that I was like, that's what I want to do.
Right. That's great. At such a young age to go, that's what I want to
Yeah.
do. And here you are,
Yeah.
successful, which is amazing.
17 years later, was it?
Yeah. Jeez, and you've got several albums out now. And the last
Yes.
one that you just released is actually a double. So that counts as two.
Yes.
So it's like extra. And you do all your recording in your home studio. You've built yourself this wonderful, gorgeous studio space.
Yes, I love it.
That's great.
Yeah, and I did it mainly so that I didn't have to find a label or producer or anything like that. So I could just be my own producer. And as soon as it was complete, I get people coming in now, and I'm producing others. And so that's another thing that's going on. I'm starting to do that for people.
Right.
Produce their music.
And that's an amazing, important thing for you to be able to do for these people. you know, to help get it out there. And music is such an expression, and it really brings so much joy to people's lives to be able to do it yourself and then help others. I mean,
yes, exactly.
That's an amazing gift. That's such a wonderful purpose to have in life.
It's a blast.
Yeah,
it's a good life.
And you've got quite a varied repertoire of different styles and different sounds that can come out of you, which is pretty amazing. You know, most people can't do that.
Yeah, you see that on the second album, especially with the double disc. It's a very eclectic combination of songs I wasn't even going to release. It was like my little personal demos songs. A lot of my songs come from dreams and stuff. And then one day I was like, well, these are just sitting in my computer. Let's pile them together and share it, you know? And that's how that album came to be.
Wow.
So,
well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Appreciate that. And so guitar is your primary love, but you also play piano.
Yeah, I would say even piano is the primary love.
Really?
Yeah, it's just this is a lot easier to carry around.
Carry it, bring that in the studio.
I love piano. My hands literally crave piano.
Yeah.
So it's a special feeling, but guitar.
I saw one of your videos of you playing piano on the website, and it's gorgeous. You can tell you've been playing for a long time, and that you don't create the music, it sort of comes out of you, which is really lovely to see.
Thank you.
That really is.
Thank you.
And so you write all your own music and your own lyrics?
Yes.
That's great. So you're going to sing another song for us here in a couple of minutes. What's that one going to be called?
You know, it's actually one of the works in progress right now.
All right.
And so the title may actually change, but this is going to be on the next album as well as the last one I just played. And it's I've been calling it Face the Music.
All right.
And it's really, really about, you know, being here with all of our heart and soul and coming together and, you know, healing this planet once and for all.
Yeah, I know. We definitely need a lot more of that. And music is a great way to do that. I think that getting the kids into music so early, like my daughter, she's already getting in there and doing stuff. If we can encourage people to make music, I think we'd all be happier.
Yeah.
We'd all be much calmer, much more peaceful people. We should make music a requirement.
Therapy.
It is therapy.
Therapy.
Absolutely, and it's better than any other kind of therapy, that's for sure. So when you write songs, you're really trying to impart a message, impart some growth on those that are listening.
Yes, exactly. Much like the yoga, that's why I say they complement each other so much. I mean, the yoga has taught me so much about kind of getting out of the boxes that we don't realize we inherit from our culture, and that's what yoga is. It's healing. It's healing that, and music brings through that message too. You know, using the words.
Yeah. Well, thank you for all you do. You really are doing a great job with your music and your yoga and just being on the planet. The place is a better place.
Thank you.
For you, Nathan. Thank you so much for joining me on the show. We're going to head out with another song.
All right.
Nathan Gangadine here. He's saithmusic.com. You got to check it out. It's absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us on the Verde Valley Experience. See you next time.
Walked the other day, all alone but feeling great. Found a golden light inside my soul. Though the world is falling down, I take another look around. There's a story that remains untold. And you and I will pave the way for a brand new brighter day. I am here for you, are here for me. We haven't got the time to waste. It's the truth we have to face. Time to be all that we came to be. We got to wake up, face the music. Don't be afraid to choose it. This is the life that we have come to live. Stand up, share our voices, step up and live our choices. Give all the love that we have come to give. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, there's a million reasons why we could hang our heads and cry in a time where evil's had its way. But no matter how hard they try to perpetuate the lie, we all gonna wake up anyway. But there's a conscious choice we make. There's a step we choose to take. Heal the world by healing what's inside. And I'm here to see you through. I'ma let you hold me too. Got no reason anymore to hide. We got to wake up, face the music. Don't be afraid to choose it. This is the life that we have come to live. Stand up, share our voices, step up and live our choices. Give all the love that we have come to give.